Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we will discuss about 4 survivor builds for complete beginners. If you are new to the game, this video will help you out. If not, make sure to subscribe to the channel for the intermediate player guides and other DBD content that will come in the future. Each build will cover the desired character and 4 perks. This video will also explain a bit of slang spoken by the DBD community. Please note that I'm going to assume that you have played the full tutorial. The perks discussed in these builds are part of the chosen characters kit available to all survivors or perks that you unlock along the way. Before we begin, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel for more The Better content. The first build that we are going to talk about is the total beginner build. For this build we are going to use Davy King as a character, which can be unlocked by completing the tutorial. The first perk of this build is Dead Heart, an exhaustion perk that lets you dash forward ignoring all damage. Dead Heart causes the exhaustion status effect for up to 60 seconds depending on the tier. Exhaustion is a status effect that prevents you from using other exhaustion perks while active. The exhaustion status effect timer does not tick if you are running. This is the best exhaustion perk in the game, and the sooner you learn how to use it, the better. Try to use it to reach a pallet or a window if the killer is too close for you to reach a fast vault, or drop the pallet safely. Do not make the mistake of walking around the map. Let the exhaustion status effect cool down while you are working on a generator instead. The second perk of this build is Deja Vu. At the start of the match, this perk shows you the 3 generators that are the closest to each other for up to 60 seconds depending on the tier. If you do the generator that is in the middle of the 3 generators shown, you will prevent the killer from achieving a 3-gen situation. A 3-gen situation happens when the final generator needs to be completed from 3 options that are very close to each other. 3-gen situations make it easy for the killer to patrol the generators and pressure the survivors off of them. Avoiding 3-gen situations as much as possible is very important to have the highest chance to escape possible. The third perk that we are going to talk about is Self-Aware. This perk lets you see your own scratch marks. Scratch marks are left when you run and normally can only be seen by the killer. This perk allows you to learn how scratch marks are generated. Scratch marks last up to 10 seconds. The last perk of this build is We're Gonna Live Forever. This perk allows you to heal down teammates up to 100% faster depending on the tier. We're Gonna Live Forever also grants the ability to gain tokens by being altruistic to your teammates. The tokens then turn into a 25% bonus blood points per token at the end of the match, up to a total of 100% depending on the tier. Each 25% bonus token is earned by taking a hit for injured teammates, safely rescuing them from the hook and saving them from the killer's grasp. I only recommend taking hits for nearby injured teammates and unhooking survivors from the hook. Saving survivors from the killer's grasp is very hard to do when you are just starting out. Each type of action gives you 1 token every time you do it. For a survivor to be considered safely unhooked, they need to not get down within 10 seconds of them being unhooked. Also, make sure that you complete the unhook action before the killer hits you, or he will grab you directly if he interrupts you. The second build that we are going to discuss is the Bloodpoints build. The character that we are going to use is Bill, a character that is available from the start of the game. The first perk is Dead Heart, which has been described earlier. The second perk is We're Gonna Live Forever, which also has been described earlier. The third perk that we are going to talk about is Borrow Time. This perk grants the unhook survivor the endurance status effect for up to 12 seconds depending on the tier. While they are affected by the endurance status effect, they are protected from being down by the next hit that they take. This helps you get more safe rescues and get more tokens of We're Gonna Live Forever. Also, it helps you unhook survivors that are being camped by killers that cannot instantly down both of you. Camping is the action of protecting the hook survivor by denying other survivors to come to the rescue. The last perk of this build is Unbreakable. This perk allows you to recover from the dying state up to 35% faster and lets you fully recover from the dying state by yourself once per trial. This is considered an anti-slugging perk that, if used correctly, can punish toxic killers. Slugging is the action of leaving down survivors on the ground to chase others. While everyone is downed, without Unbreakable or being lucky enough to Kobe, the survivors are fated to be sacrificed. Kobe is the action of successfully landing the 4% chance of unhooking yourself. The third build of this video is the meta free-to-play build. The character chosen for this build is Jake Park, a character that is available from the start of the game. The first perk is Dead Heart, which has been described earlier. The second perk is Borrow Time, which also has been described earlier. The third perk is Unbreakable, which as well has been described earlier. But the last perk, Iron Will, reduces the sounds of pain that your survivor makes when injured by up to 100% depending on the tier. This perk makes it harder for the killer to locate you. The final build of this video is the meta build. This build is dedicated to players that are willing to pay a little bit extra to unlock the best perks in the game. The character picked for this build is Laurie Strode, a character that can be unlocked by buying the Halloween chapter. We have a link in the description. The first, second and third perk are Dead Hard, Burrow Time and Unbreakable, which have been described earlier, but the last perk in this build is Decisive Strike. This perk prompts you with a hard skill check if you are being tunneled, downed and picked up within 60 seconds of being unhooked. If you complete the skill check, the killer is stunned for 5 seconds and you escape the killer's grasp. This perk can only be used once and can be deactivated until you get unhooked again if you heal yourself or an ally, repair generators, unhook other survivors, sabotage hooks, cleanse totems, or bless totems. Tunneling takes place when the killer focuses on a certain survivor until they are out of the match. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to press the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Dead by Daylight content. It's free and it helps me a lot. See you next time!